This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
On balls out in the lumberyard.
Watching the Grunion Pro Magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 270. My name's Adam Patterson. We're joined today by Kevin Rakestraw. How are you, Kevin?
Pretty good.
All right. We're also joined by Ryan Holes. How are you?
Hanging on by a thread.
Little backstory. If you hear any loud noises during this episode, it's because Ryan's microphone and the arm that was attached to his table fell off, and now it's just laying on his desk, and he cannot get it back up because the clamp fell off, so he needs
There's nothing he can do.
somebody to help him. Yeah, so it's his microphone is sort of precariously placed on the edge of his desk, so hopefully it'll stay there throughout this recording, and somebody can help you with that later.
Maybe a ghost gotta help me later.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so this week is St. Patrick's Day. What movie did we have you watch in honor of St. Patrick's Day?
Leprechaun 4.
Leprechaun 4 in Space. This is from 1996. This is directed by Brian Trenchard Smith. I have a synopsis here. Our deadly leprechaun is in space to woo a beautiful princess who is impressed with his gold and desires to separate him from it. Ryan, tell us a little bit about Leprechaun 4 in Space.
Wow. There's a leprechaun, and for some reason he's with this princess. And she's like a normal looking girl and very attractive. And their plan is to marry each other so they can both get all the benefits. But the night they marry, they plan on killing each other. And Space Marines go in after that. And they actually kill the leprechaun. However, they don't realize he's not actually dead. And what they do is chop his head off. And then one of the Marines urinates on his face. And the leprechaun goes up inside of him. And he goes back to life. So this guy, later on, this guy's messing around some girl. And also he starts getting excited. And all of a sudden he starts yelling at pain. And eventually you see the leprechaun climbing out his wiener. Meanwhile, the ship that they're on is captained by a sort of animatronic guy. He has a human upper body and head and no legs or arms. And the leprechaun and him realize they're sort of like each other. And they try to team up, but that doesn't work out too well. And after a lot of horrible acting, the Marines end up sucking him out into space, and it explodes, and the movie's over.
Damn. That's pretty quick.
Yeah, it was.
Quick run through.
So what'd you think of Leprechaun 4?
It was fucking dumb. It was real dumb.
I actually Sorry, I actually watched this as well because I was making an attempt to go through the Leprechaun series. I like to watch as many horror franchises as I can. This one was a tough one. I have not been able to stick with watching the Leprechaun movies.
I mean, obviously it sounds dumb. I mean, right off the bat, the title gives you a tip. Like, this is stupid. But
yeah.
It also sounds like it could be kind of fun. Is it at least fun?
No.
Oh.
No, because the problem is it's too self-aware. It tries to take this. It's not really. It's, I guess, technically a horror movie, but it tries to put this kind of goofy comedy spin on it. Like, it's way more. I don't think I saw Leprechaun 3. I saw 1 and 2, and then I saw maybe some of the later ones, but it definitely has a more comedic vibe than the first two, at least. I'm not sure about the third one, but and the comedy just does not. The humor does not land in this. It's the music in it alone. It's so stupid. You're just like, what the fuck?
They try a lot. They make a lot of stupid jokes, but none of them are funny.
Mm.
It's sort of like what they did with Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky, where they tried to take a little bit more of a little bit more of a comedy spin on it, but it just didn't work.
Sorry, I'm back. Now, the inadvertent sound that Ryan just made, was that funnier than all of Leprechaun 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I just love the idea of taking Leprechaun out of space. It makes no sense.
There's no sense to it whatsoever. It's just like, I thought that they were gonna. I mean, as it turns out, the series, it's not the same Leprechaun throughout the series. It's Warwick Davis playing the Leprechaun, but he's always a different Leprechaun, because in most of them they kill him at the end.
So there's more than one Leprechaun.
Yeah,
so there's more than one Leprechaun.
Sure, yeah, there's a bunch. Yeah, there's multiple Leprechauns.
See, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to do a horror franchise,
yeah, just have them be
just an endless line of leprechauns.
The weird thing is, it still doesn't make sense though, because it's like, why is he on this random planet with this princess? It's just, the movie just starts with the two of them in this cave.
So it doesn't even make it. So it doesn't even try and explain how he got to a different planet.
No, unless I missed it. Did I miss something, Ryan?
No, unless I missed it.
No, he's just
But I also
there.
love that. So not only is he there, he just somehow ended up on a different planet, but he's also infiltrated his way in that he's about to marry royalty.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Space Marines need to come in and do something. Like, they need to intervene for some reason. Like, why? Why do they need to intervene?
So the Space Marines are coming in to kill him. I guess they know he's there. I don't know, because they go in to wipe out everybody on the planet, and they're gonna start mining the planet for its resources. Okay. I think.
Gotcha.
But I think it turns out. I think it turns out that the guy that was like running the whole show, the guy that Ryan said was half animatronic or whatever. I think that he knew about the Leprechaun, or maybe he didn't know, and just figured out that the princess, I guess she can heal herself. Like her when the Marines go in and attack, the princess gets her hand blown off and it grows back. So the doctor guy wants to harvest her DNA so that he can grow his body back since he's just a head.
Okay.
But then you skipped a lot of great stuff here, Ryan. Like the fact that the leprechaun mixed up her DNA with scorpion and spider DNA and then injected it into the guy's head to turn him into this sort of scorpion spider monster thing.
Oh my god.
And
This sounds wonderful.
I do remember the princess out of nowhere take off her top because it means they're all gonna die.
yeah, that was a really bizarre scene. Just, it made no sense at all. She just takes her top off and she's like, do you see these? These mean you're gonna die. And you're just like, what? Like, I don't...
It was such a cue to show boobs.
It really was.
It's such an odd way, or an odd justification, though. Like, has any other movie ever done that? Like, in order to show bare breast, it's in order to kill people.
Yeah, I don't know.
To sentence them to death. I
don't know. It's very odd. There's a lot of weird decisions went into this movie. That's for sure. What did you think of the effects work, Ryan?
It looked like it was fucking a 1970s TV show, but it was like modern day. I don't know. It was horrible.
What did you think about the CG work?
That was also terrible because you could tell all of it was computers.
What era TV would you liken it to? 70s, 80s, 90s,
Reboot?
mid 90s, reboot.
Probably 90s.
Is it better than reboot? It's close.
I'd say about the same.
All right.
Like, it literally looks like you can tell that it's computer generated. It's not real.
Yeah, it's super bad, super early CG that has this like really bad like low frame rate, so it's like kind of choppy every time that it's in there.
Yes.
And it just looks seriously, it looks like a PS1 game. That's what it looks like. It looks like It looks like that game. I don't know if either of you remember it, but it's called Descent. It was like a spaceship flying game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like a PS1 era game, and that's what it looks like. It's so bad, unbelievably bad.
There's something about early CG, and I just love it. I don't know why.
I love it too.
It's just so wonderful.
Like Brain Scan and Lawnmower Man, like all the CG in those kind of early to mid 90s movies, just precious. But this one was like a whole other level of terrible. It was just.
But the other thing that I like about it is, like, at the time that CG came out, I think for a lot of things, it was kind of impressive at the time. And then now it has become, like, not only is it really bad, but it's also, to me at least, it's become this really bizarre, like, avant-garde type thing where it's just, like, extremely bizarre to me and abstract.
Well, I think that you have a lot of multimedia artists that are actually using bad CG in their work now. You know, you look at a lot of the stuff on Adult Swim. There's a lot of people on Adult Swim that are working with that kind of 90s era CG where it's just kind of weird, like very bizarre looking, and like Kuso had a lot of that in it. There's another movie that's coming out. It's premiering at South by Southwest. I can't remember the name of it, but it's it also incorporates that sort of bad 90s looking CG. It's called Perfect. But I totally agree with you. I do like the bad CG, but the to your earlier point that it looked good when this came out, like in '96, it did not. Like even for '96, this was atrocious.
This was
Yeah,
bad. This in particular.
This was really awful.
Think about it. This and
I mean, this came out how many years?
Jurassic,
Yeah, this was after Jurassic Park. I think that Jurassic Park, that's an outlier though. Like that took CG to a whole other level when that came out.
Well,
those are the first ones.
But they had money.
And Forrest
Yeah.
Gump.
Yeah, they weren't the first ones. They were an early user of that. But yeah, you're right. They did have lots of money.
But I'll tell that CG is almost alright watching it today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Whereas this 20 years kicked its ass.
Well, it's not just the CG that's bad in this. It's just the sets. Like everything in it, like the production design looks so it just seems like they had a budget of $0. They had a budget of like $15 to make this movie because everything looks like household items. It's a movie where like all the weapons and like when they're in the lab and they show like some of the gadgets and things, they all look like household items. Like the one thing they used was just like the metal grill of a computer fan, and it was just so poorly executed. Everything in it.
I love it.
You also didn't mention the part when the leprechaun grows.
A giant leprechaun.
Yeah, he grows really big and he's like enormous, and the way that they do it is so awful.
Yeah, he does like they use regular cameras and just shot everything up at an angle, made him bigger and everything.
Yeah, it was all just like a field of view, focus thing to make him look bigger. It's a rough movie, that's for sure. So let's talk about Brian Trenchard Smith. We've talked about him before on this show, actually, so we won't get too deep into his filmography. But this is a guy that it's made a few movies that I actually like, and he's made a few movies that we've actually covered on this show. I can't remember which ones. Was it BMX Bandits that we had you watch, or was it?
I think it was BMX Bandits.
Oh, it's Rad.
It was Rad. I knew that it was a BMX movie, but I couldn't remember if it was BMX Bandits or Rad.
Sure.
Calling balls out in the lumberyard.
Yeah, I thought for sure that was from BMX Bandits.
It might have been from Rad. I don't know. What do we? Let's
Ryan
see.
says it was from Rad. It was from Rad.
Well, I don't know what he watched. What did he watch then? That we talked about this, because I know we talked about him on this show.
Right.
He didn't do Rad. Dear God.
I've never heard you make that sound. You've made it twice now.
It's really funny.
Is that the new thing?
I think when Mike is gonna fall, I grab it real quick.
Hmm.
And like an exhale or inhale real fast. Well done.
I love it.
Maybe we didn't talk about him on here, but anyway,
Sure we did.
Yeah, I'm not sure what movie it would be. Anyway, Sorry, go ahead.
Turkey Shoot? Did you watch Turkey Shoot?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I watched that. I covered that for Grindhouse Weekly back in the day. Yeah, Brian Trenchard Smith was a big Australian exploitation or Ozploitation director. He did Stunt Rock, which I have yet to see, but I really want to see Stunt Rock. Turkey Shoot, as Kevin mentioned, which is a pretty fun one. He did do BMX Bandits. He did Night of the Demons 2, it looks like, which I just watched that pretty recently, and I had fun with that one. Then he did he did Leprechaun 3 and 4.
Did you say Dead End Driving?
Dead End Driving, no, I didn't, but I really like Dead End Driving. I know you saw that one too, didn't you?
I did. That is the only one of his that I have seen.
Yeah, Dead End Driving is fun. He did the Quest, aka Frog Dreaming.
What?
Which is another one I'm really interested in that I haven't seen yet. I've seen 6 of his movies.
Did he do any of the other Leprechaun movies?
He just did 3 and 4, I believe.
Which one's the one with Snoop Dogg?
Ice-T was in Leprechaun in the Hood.
Oh, yeah, that's all there.
I don't know who did
Did
that.
you see-
They
did you
actually
see Leprechaun in the Hood?
have you seen any of the other Leprechaun movies?
Leprechaun the Hood's always on some channel that I flip through.
Do you ever stop and watch the whole thing from
Fucking
begin to end?
hell.
Oh. Are you going to now after seeing Leprechaun 4 in space?
No. I'd rather watch a movie I've seen 8,000 times than this.
They actually made a sequel to that one. They did Leprechaun Back to the Hood. So they did go back to the Hood with that one. They went to the Hood, then they went back.
You know, there were a lot of aliens comparisons to this.
Yeah, it was. They did a lot of Alien ripoff things in it.
I was going to say, it sounds like a straight ripoff.
Yeah, absolutely. It was terrible. The whole like leprechaun coming out of the guy's dick, that was most certainly an Aliens parody.
So, Leprechaun in the Hood the first one has Ice-T. The second one has Sticky Fingers.
Oh shit.
Oh, man.
Just in case you need to know. If you wanted to watch either of them.
I
think you should.
watch that one now.
My plan was to go through the whole series, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. They're just so bad. I really don't enjoy... I didn't even really enjoy the first one. The one with Jennifer Aniston. That one was better. But, man, all the sequels have been really rough. I did watch the... when the reboot came out a few years ago, Leprechaun Origins. And that one was not good either.
Are any of them good?
I would say the first one... The first one's probably the most fun.
Okay.
But I haven't seen all of them, so can't say for sure. And Warwick Davis is great in them. That I will say is a positive throughout the whole series. He has fun with the character, but I don't know. All right, any final thoughts on Leprechaun in space before we give you your drum roll?
Fucking stupid.
Okay. All right, Ryan, what do you give Leprechaun in space?
0.5.
That is a 0.5.
Wow.
Out of 10.
Wow.
That is the lowest score on Ryan Watches a Movie that you can give.
Absolutely. I am absolutely surprised.
The 0.5s are rare. They are a rarity. All right, let's talk about St. Patrick's Day. You all know about St. Patrick's Day. What do the color green parades and March 17th have in common? It's St. Patrick's Day, also known as the Feast of St. Patrick. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated by millions of people across the globe. People wear the color green, drink green beverages, and decorate houses and businesses in shamrocks. In fact, the wearing of the green is a tradition that dates back to a story written about St. Patrick in 1726. St. Patrick was known to use the shamrock to illustrate the Holy Trinity and to have worn green clothing. How to observe? Remember to wear green. Use hashtag St. Patrick's Day to post on social media.
Do we know how it started?
Yes, we do, actually. The Feast of St. Patrick started in the early 17th century. The day marks the death of St. Patrick and was chosen as an official Christian feast day and is observed by the Catholic Church. The day is also a public holiday in the Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, the Canadian province of Newfoundland, and Labrador, and the British overseas territory of Montserrat.
All right.
It's also widely celebrated by the Irish diaspora around the world, especially in Great Britain, Canada, the United States, Argentina, Australia, and New Zealand. There you go. Ryan, what are you going to do for St. Patrick's Day?
Wear a green shirt.
Wear a green shirt? All right. Getting festive. Kevin, what are you going to do on St. Patrick's Day?
Oh, God. When is it? That's like... It's Saturday, right? It's on Saturday?
Yeah.
This year?
Mm-hmm.
Probably work overtime.
Oh.
Just work. Feel miserable.
I don't like St. Patrick's Day. I'm not a big fan of it.
St. Patrick's Day. I fucking hate it.
I like it because I can wear my green Celtic jersey.
You got it. Why
You can wear your green Celtics jersey anytime you want.
No.
No, you can't.
Celtic. They can soccer name. They're from Ireland.
Oh, okay. I thought you had. I was like, why the hell do you have a Boston Celtics jersey?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That don't make fucking sense. Like Paul Pierce jersey? What the fuck? Okay, you have a Celtic jersey. Is I think what you meant to say.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, you can wear that anytime you want. Did you buy it specifically to wear on St. Patrick's Day?
Yes, a couple years ago, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, a couple years ago, Ryan thought, I gotta step up my St. Patrick's Day game. He jumped on the computer. He bought himself a Celtic jersey.
I went down to some bar.
I'm just glad it's on a Saturday so I can just stay in and avoid people going, "Where's your green? Where's your green?"
Last year, we went to Philly, and like I don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day, so we didn't know it was St. Patrick's Day. We drove into Philly in the middle of the St. Patrick's Day parade, and it was a fucking nightmare. Like we were stuck in traffic for like 3 hours. It was awful.
I think I didn't really start hating it. I remember you telling me about that. I didn't really start hating it until I moved to New York City, I think. When people just go crazy and
it was
I think it's just a sign of my age too. Like I'm getting old and cranky. Like
well, it's also just a bunch of obnoxious white people being super obnoxious.
Yep.
It's awful.
You gonna drink some green beer, Ryan?
No, I hate beer. I'll drink green liquor.
Gonna drink some green liquor?
And some absinthe.
Yeah, there
you
go. Drink some absinthe.
Put some green food coloring in some Jameson. Mix it up with your Sparks. Neon green sparks. Mix them up.
If I drank that combo, I'd probably die.
I think you would.
If I don't work Saturday, I'm coming over to your house. Throw that Celtic jersey on. Gonna mix up some Jameson sparks.
It sounds good.
Make sure you take pictures and hashtag it. I would love to see that. All right, Ryan, any final thoughts on St. Patrick's Day or Leprechaun in Space?
St. Patrick's Day is named like a college town holiday. Like you used to get fucking wasted. It'd be annoying.
Yeah, definitely. It's like SantaCon here. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
No.
You got a lot of dumbass shit.
Yeah, we
going
have
on in that city.
SantaCon every year, which is like the Christmas version of St. Patrick's Day, where everybody dresses up like Santa and gets wasted. It's horrendous.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Absolutely horrendous.
I feel like that's the new thing. That's a new American tradition, getting fucked up and being annoying.
Yeah, I mean we pretty much turn every holiday into that.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I think that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can send us your questions and topics to feedback@filmpulse.net. You can follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet, @FilmPulseKevin, and @MyLegsDon'tWork. And if you have a minute, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/FilmPulse is the address. Consider helping us out by becoming a subscriber. For Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holes, my name is Adam Patterson. We'll see you next week.
See you later.